Hey, what if I told you it's not your skills, your experience, or even your intelligence that's holding you back? It's how you show up. Now think about this for a second. When was the last time you walked into a room and actually felt seen? I mean, really seen. Do people lean in when you speak, or do they scroll, interrupt, or quietly check out? And here's the tough part. Are you really showing up, or are you just filling the space? If you're stepping into the leadership or you are already there, this is the skill you can't afford to skip. Because in this fast-paced, attention-short world, brilliance without presence gets overlooked. So let's back this up for a moment with some research. People form an impression of you in 7 seconds, and 93% of that is based on how you look, sound, not on what you say. And 74% of the professionals admit they struggle with the confidence and presence in the key conversations. But here is the huge change. Presence isn't a talent. It's not something you're born with. It's a practice, a mindset, and a choice, something you can learn, refine, and completely own. And that's what we are diving into today. Real tools, battle-tested frameworks, and brain-backed strategies. So you can start showing up fearlessly, confidently, and most importantly, authentically. So let me paint you a picture. You are in a team meeting, you finally decide to speak up, and boom, someone cuts you off. Everyone follows their lead. You close your laptop, closely wondering, was I unclear or was I just invisible? Here's one thing. You're at a social gathering. You have rehearsed your introduction on the way. You walk in, your heart races, and you simply freeze. Everyone else is laughing and chatting around. You just scroll through your phone for next 40 minutes. Isn't that sound familiar? It's not that you don't have a value. You absolutely have. But value alone doesn't speak aloud enough anymore. Visibility is the currency. And when you don't have the presence, you're spending emotional energy, but never getting it. 74% of the professionals say they have missed the growth opportunities, not because they don't have a talent, but because they don't know how to confidently communicate their value. Without presence, your voice becomes a noise, your ideas overlooked, and your confidence is quietly questioned even by you. So let's break this down. Because presence isn't some magical charisma you are either born with or not. It's a structure, it's a psychology, it's how you use 3 things you already have. And that's what I call the 3 V's of presence. Verbal, what you say; vocal, how you say it; and visual, how you show up. So let's walk through each one by one. First up, verbal. So this is about your words, the actual content of your message. Let me ask, how often do you catch yourself rambling or explaining something and wondering midway if people are still listening? Here's why this matters. If you can't explain it clearly, people won't remember it. Worse, they might not trust it. So let's picture this. You're on a Zoom call with a senior leadership. They ask you for a quick update. And that's how some of you would say, we have kind of trying few things. It's early, but we have seen some movement. We'll keep monitoring and we'll keep you updated. Now, you didn't say anything wrong, but you sounded unsure, even if you weren't. Try this instead. So we tested 3 options. Option 2 outperformed by 25%, and I recommend we move forward with it. Do you feel the difference? Here's a framework to make the message land, and I call it as the impact method. Starting with I, intent. Know why you're speaking. M, message. Say the core point in a 1 sentence. P, proof. Share 1 fact or a statistics. A, align. Type their need or the context. C, cut the clutter. Ditch the filler. And T, take the ownership. You need to own your recommendation. And here's a real example. We have completed the 80% of the rollout. Option 2 gave us the best results. Based on that, I recommend launching the phase 2 next week to avoid the delays. See, that's not an update. That's the leadership. Let's talk about the second V, vocal. Because your words matters. Yes, but how they land depends on how they sound. Your tone, your pace, your pause, it makes a huge difference between the forgettable and magnetic. Picture this. You're at a Take Leadership meetup. You finally get the chance to speak with someone you have been following along, a VP of engineering. And you're a little bit quick and nervous, and that's how you start. Hey, I'm Ravi, a senior architect at this tech company. I do backend architecture work, mostly on a cloud infra side, and just thought of saying hi to you. Now pause. There's nothing wrong here, but the delivery, it's hesitant. It lacks the intention and it underplays what you actually bring to the table. Now let's compare it with this. Hey, I'm Ravi. I lead a backend architecture at this tech company, and we recently scaled a high-volume platform to support a 10x user growth using a hybrid cloud model. And I've been following your work around service meshes. Your recent post on distributed systems was really brilliant. Same content, different delivery, and drastically different presence. It has a better connection. Because the way you show up is just as important as what you have done. So use this VOX formula. V stands for volume. Speak loud enough to be heard and soft enough to be calm. O, open posture, breathe from your belly. And X, express with a pace, and pause, let your message land. Before you speak, smile, exhale slowly, drop your shoulders, and then speak as if your words matter, because they do. Here's finally the third V, visual. Before even you speak, your body already has. Let's take a scenario. You walk into your child's school orientation. Everyone seems to know each other, and you're the one who's new in this room. You walk in, phone in hand, hunched shoulders, eyes scanning on the floor, and guess what your body's saying? I don't belong here. Instead, you pause outside the door. Breathe in, shoulders relaxed, eyes up. You walk in slowly, make a gentle eye contact, nod, smile, and take your seat. That's the presence before a single word. So you can use this ACE method. A, align your body. Open, tall, grounded. C, connect with your eyes. Even 1 second of your warm eye contact goes far. And E, enter with stillness. Don't rush, don't fidget, and let your energy. Before walking into any room, stop for 3 seconds. Inhale, exhale, and silently say to yourself, I belong here. And then walking like someone who already does. Now, if you haven't met yet, I'm a mindset and transformational life coach. Let me tell you something, most people won't say it loud. Most high achievers don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because their mindset quietly sabotages their moves. Overthinking, imposter syndrome, or the constant hesitation. And that's where I help ambitious professionals and early stage entrepreneurs to rewire their mental patterns, master their energy, and walk into any room with that unshakable confidence. With proven tools from neuroscience, NLP, CBT, and spiritual psychology, I don't just give you pep talks. I really help you upgrade your operating system. So if this message spoke to you, don't just nod or scroll. Take a breath. Really think, where in your life right now are you shrinking? In fact, when you were mean to stand tall. And see, this was never about being perfect. It's about dropping the filters, claiming your space and showing up like you already belong there. Even if your voice shakes, even if your hands run sweat, even if your past says, play small. Because the world doesn't need another version of you pretending to be just fine. It needs this version, the one finally ready to be seen. And trust me, the room was always yours.